In a cold hotel room in 1943, an old man died alone. No riches, no family. But when you turn on a light, scroll your phone, or drive an EV, you're using his ideas. His name, Nikola Tesla, forgotten in death, but immortal in electricity. In his final years, Tesla didn't dine with royalty or invent in labs. He fed pigeons in Central Park, living on milk and crackers. He spoke softly to one white pigeon every day. He said she gave him purpose when the world gave him nothing. While others pursued patents and profit, Tesla pursued purpose. He wasn't trying to be rich. He wanted to give the world free energy. He saw science as service to humanity, a rare belief in a world that only rewards ownership, not innovation. The night Nikola Tesla was born, lightning lit up the sky. A midwife whispered, "This child will be of darkness." His mother replied, "No, he will be a child of light." That prophecy, spoken in a farmhouse, turned out to power the entire planet. Tesla saw machines before he built them. Not in sketches floating in his mind. He could spin a motor in his head, revise it, test it mentally, and be right every time. It was a gift, or a curse, because no one else could see what he saw. At university, Tesla outpaced every teacher, but pressure consumed him. He collapsed from overwork, turned to gambling, dropped out, and vanished. His professors thought he died. In truth, he was reborn in obscurity. Genius is rarely neat, and never easy. Tesla arrived in New York with 4 cents a suitcase and a mind that could light continents. He worked for Edison, who promised a bonus for improving his machines. Tesla succeeded, but Edison laughed and said, "You don't understand American humor." Edison pushed direct current DC. Tesla proposed something radical, alternating current AC. Safer, cheaper, more powerful. Edison mocked it. But Tesla believed. It sparked a war of wires, shocking animals in public, and power plants rising like castles. The world would choose sides. When the 1893 Chicago World's Fair needed lighting, Edison couldn't compete. Tesla and Westinghouse bid lower. AC lit up the city. Millions stared in awe. It was the birth of modern electricity. Tesla stood quietly in the crowd, watching his dream come alive. Tesla's AC powered the first hydroelectric plant at Niagara Falls. For the first time, electricity traveled across cities. Lamps lit up Buffalo. Tesla's statue now watches the falls. He gave humanity a new river, not of water, but of energy. In 1887, Tesla built an AC induction motor. It was efficient, simple, brilliant. Westinghouse saw it and said, "This will change the world." They shook hands and started building the future. Tesla didn't just invent a machine, he unlocked an era. Westinghouse paid Tesla $60,000 plus royalties for the AC motor. That's millions today. For a moment, Tesla had wealth and recognition, but he never cared for riches. He wanted a laboratory, a place where ideas came alive in coils, sparks, and dreams. Edison fought dirty. He used AC to electrocute animals in public, to terrify the world, to protect his patents. But truth wins slowly, and Tesla's system kept proving itself silently, brilliantly, city by city. Tesla had a contract for royalties. Every kilowatt of AC power would pay him. But Westinghouse was in debt. Tesla tore up the contract, refused the money, saved the company. That deal would have made him the world's first billionaire. In today's terms, Tesla gave up over $300 million. Not because he was naive, but because he valued progress more than profit. He said, "You have kept the engine running. Let us finish the work." In his lab, Tesla built machines that spat lightning. The Tesla coil wasn't just for show, it was a gateway. He believed it could transmit energy wirelessly. No wires, no limits, a future free from the grid. In 1898, he stunned crowds by controlling a boat with a remote. They thought he was a magician. But Tesla was already thinking ahead about drones, automation, wireless control. The world just wasn't ready. Tesla experimented with X-rays before anyone fully understood them. He captured an image of his own bones at great personal risk. He always tested on himself first. Innovation wasn't a career, it was a responsibility. In 1895, his lab caught fire. Years of notes, devices, and vision turned to ash. He stood in the street watching everything burn. But even as smoke rose, he whispered, "I will build again." He built Wardenclyffe Tower, an antenna to beam electricity wirelessly around the world. He imagined a planet lit without wires, messages sent through the air, power shared like water. But dreams need funding, and his investors vanished. Tesla invented radio first, but Marconi got the patent, got the prize, got the money. Years later, long after Tesla died, the courts finally admitted he did it first. But by then, silence had swallowed his voice. Tesla believed everything in life, thoughts, music, even emotions, had a frequency. He searched for the resonant frequency of the earth. He didn't want to dominate nature. He wanted to tune into it. Without funding, Wardenclyffe stopped. His dream of wireless power died quietly. The tower stood unfinished, mocked, misunderstood. It wasn't just the death of a machine, it was the death of a future that could have been ours. As fortunes vanished, Tesla moved from labs to cheap hotels. He lived in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel, a genius with pigeons as friends and cracked wallpaper for company. He loved one pigeon deeply. She visited daily. He said, as long as I had her, there was purpose to my life. When she died, he cried a light had left the world. In a life of silence, that bird was his last song. He didn't attend banquets or chase awards. He once said, the present is theirs. The future for which I really worked is mine. He knew his time would come, just not in his lifetime. Later in life, journalists painted him as mad. Peers dismissed him. Investors vanished. But beneath the rumors was a man still dreaming, still solving problems no one asked yet. Tesla predicted satellites, smartphones, and free global communication. He just didn't live long enough to see them. He said the future will show the results and judge each according to their accomplishments. In January 1943, Tesla died in his hotel room. No family, no fortune. But across the world, lights flickered on. Machines whirred, motors spun. Unknowingly, humanity lived in the rhythm of his legacy. By the roaring power of Niagara Falls, a statue stands. Tesla, watching the waters he once turned into light. The man forgotten by men, remembered by machines. Decades later, a car company bore his name, Tesla. Not for style, but for the science, for the rebellion, for the man who once tried to power the planet for free. He wasn't just an inventor, he was the architect of modern electricity. AC power flows in every wall, every wire, every home because of him. We live in his blueprint. He gave up riches, fame, and comfort so others could benefit. His inventions were gifts, not weapons. He chose legacy over luxury. And still the world runs on what he imagined. Tesla lived like a monk in an age of tycoons. He rejected greed, sought truth, and stood firm when the world mocked him. Like a stoic, he endured quietly. Others built empires with cunning. Tesla built machines with precision. He never played business games, and that's why he lost. But that's also why we remember him with awe, not suspicion. He wasn't made for his century, but time eventually caught up. Today we live in a world that echoes his frequency, finally ready for what he imagined. He wanted to give energy like air or sunlight, free and accessible. That idea was too dangerous for capitalists, but too beautiful to die. No eulogy, no monument at first. But each electrical hum, each wireless signal carries his fingerprints. The sound of modern life is Tesla's symphony. He wasn't wrong. He was early, too early. But eventually the world caught up step by electric step. And when it did, it saw the truth. Nikola Tesla didn't fail. He simply lived ahead of his time. From a stormy night in 1856 to glowing cities in 2025, one man's visions became the world's reality. Nikola Tesla, the spark we almost forgot, the current that still flows, the light behind the light.